Yeah. Oh, real black. Yeah. Keep moving on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Jua linawaka, tunaishi kwenye giza, kuna eclipse no solar, ukipita kwa mvua. Chipe moyo ni kufight kimandela, ama Kwame Nkrumah, kuwa simbe na nguruma. Ng'ombe nanywa maji hata kama kuna chura, ni kuruka vyunzi, kukimbia kake mboy. Life chini ya juba, maze lazima kutoel. Babylon iko na pressure, mambo cho ina boil. Cheki youth mtaa, maze wako unemployed. Mule bunge kuna speaker, maze wana make noise. Corruption on the rise, wakiraise you surprise. Venye inchi wana lies, wakika knife. Conditions za kuishi ni kabaika ziko tight, badala ya human rights bako left wakitry kutufanya kipofu, huku wakifunga eyes. You kalini kusonga mazeni kudhu wodai. Keep moving, keeping on. Ni kusonga mbele maze, just go strong. Keep moving, keep moving, keep on.
Hamzambo. Welcome to the Kenyan podcast, the real voice of Kenya's digital generation worldwide. I do hope that you're doing fantastic and you are excited to be with us on yet another great episode where we get to delve into different issues ranging from arts, entertainment, sports, politics, business, and everything else in between. We do hope that you are keeping it interactive with us still on our social media platforms. Remember, we are on Twitter at Kenyan Podcast. That is actually like our second home, apart from Spotify. I would rather say that Twitter is like our second home. So follow us on Spotify. And you can also link up with us on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Kenyan Podcast. We are also on Instagram, on Threads, and also on LinkedIn. Wherever your favorite podcasting platform, you can also find us there. And of course, recently we ran into the sad news that Google Podcast is going away. And Google is actually discontinuing the Google Podcast platform. And therefore, I would urge you to really just maybe switch over to Spotify, or maybe you can find us on other platforms as well, like Pocket Cast and Overcast. We are also there. But for those who have been listening to us from Google Podcast, we truly want to thank you for the fact that you have come with us. But right now, it seems like it's going to be an end for that particular part. But nonetheless, we do appreciate the love and support on whatsoever streaming platform you like to listen to the Kenyan Podcast on. This is the number one trending and topical issues podcast in the 254, without a doubt. We are always here to keep you posted, keep you abreast with whatever is happening with our beautiful country or with our beautiful Kenyan people right here in the 254 and even in the diaspora. And talking about matters diaspora and talking about matters foreign affairs, we do have the recently concluded cabinet reshuffle. And one of the people that was actually affected with this reshuffle is the Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Minister, the former Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs Minister. We are talking about Dr. Alfred Mutuma, who was moved from that particular docket to the tourism docket, And of course, for people that might have had speculations earlier on about this particular reshuffle, there are mixed feelings about what people do think about the recent reshuffle of the cabinet by the President, His Excellency William Ruto. For me, the fundamental question is, does the reshuffle assure Kenyans that there would be better service delivery than when you did have Dr. Alfred Mutuma in the Foreign Diaspora Affairs Ministry, Now that he has been moved to tourism, is he now best fit for service delivery under that particular ministry? That is my question. We also did have the likes of the former trade CS, Honorable Moses Kuria, who was moved from that particular docket to the public service docket. And for me, I did get to see these coming, from the big problems that he was having. He was having with the deputy president. He was having with the media. He was having with, some other different people from different circles. But then again, I think right now he might not be on the spotlight or in the limelight as much as he, was. And this reminds me of when a team captain, or when a coach, decides that the arrangement for his game will be this particular way and not that particular way. There are some substitutes in the game. And when someone is not maybe performing at the best level and someone else would maybe step in and perform better in that particular docket, Then I have seen this happen in sports, and most of the time it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it might mess with the flow or the rhythm of that particular game. But anyhow, I understand politics is also a game. But what is not a game is what is happening right now with the cost of living right here in the 254. Things have gone up. And for a minute, the price of cooking gas or uh, cooking gas really did come down, but then again it's on an upward trajectory again. At some point it came down to 1,000 shillings in most places, and then right now it's going back with another 300 shillings on top to 1,400 and 1,500 in some places. And this is not a positive piece of news. We do not want to be the bearers of bad news on the Kenyan podcast, but I assure you that things are not looking pretty good. You should fasten up your seat belts, because times we are not, out of the danger zone yet. And I'm talking about the danger zone being these high cost of, living and the inflation in our country. But a new report has come out claiming that we have had a slight growth in the economy. In as much as things are not looking any positive, we have had a slight increase in the growth in the economy. But then again, the problem is, even when there is growth in the economy, Kenyans want to feel it. They want to feel that particular kind of a growth and see the expansion of opportunities, see maybe perhaps the decline in cost of commodities, and also see that there is a rationalization of our taxes, not just a crazy increase of taxes day by day. But anyhow, how do you feel about, I would just like to know how you feel about these cost of living, and also the increase in the cost of petroleum products, because, at the pump, things are not looking any good. But nonetheless, do you also believe that the economy has grown? Are you feeling this growth in the economy that is being talked about? Even if it's not, is a slight increase in the economy or growth in the economy, are you feeling this particular growth in the economy? This is a Kenyan podcast, the number one trending and tropical issues podcast in the 254. We are always delighted to have you tune in, and we do love it when you get to interact with us and let us know what's good, what's popping. We did recently have a celebration of the Utamaduni Day. And my question is, when it comes to October 10th, formerly it was Moi Day, which was Christian Utamaduni Day or Huduma Day. I do not know which one comes first. Is it Huduma Day or is it Utamaduni Day? But of course, we want to celebrate our cultural diversity as our Kenyan people. We have what is going on right now as the Lake Turkana Festival, or the Turkana Festival, cultural festival, which is also a celebration of our culture. But when it comes to Utamaduni Day, I don't think people really, it seems like just like any other day when people can be allowed not to go to work and just have a time to kick it. I don't think there's anyone really out there celebrating culture in that particular big way. Or let me know, how did you spend your Utamaduni Day? How did you spend your Utamaduni Day? And also, I would just like to ask, when it comes to matters culture, are people still proud of their cultural or their mother tongues, their vernacular? Because what I have seen recently is that people are sort of not really much proud, or they do not have much pride in their own local cultures. That is my thinking. But anyhow, let me know how you feel and how really you do celebrate your Utamaduni Day. This is a very unique month, which also has two public holidays, unlike other months. Like in February, I don't think we have public holidays in February, national holidays in February. But we do have also the upcoming Mashujaa Day. For the Mashujaa Day, it seems like we every other year since 1964 we are out here celebrating Mashujaa Day, but we have not found a way of doing it right about Mashujaas. We still have a whole lot of people, of the few remaining Mau Mau, the few remaining Mau Mau. And we also do have their descendants who are living in abject poverty, while every other year we spent millions preparing for these Mashujaa Day, and putting up every other big feats or celebrations, and they are shown on national TV and things like that. But then again, the people who did fight for independence, they remain unappreciated, and unnoticed, unrecognized, and unless maybe like recently there was a death or the passing on of the wife of the Field Marshal Kimathi. Her death, brought about a big conversation about what needs to be done for the heroes of our country.